I'm sure they have the same problem in the classroom. It has to be a huge distraction. I am not against technology, but I think we need to give the teachers a little bit more leeway in how they use that technology in their classroom.
Christy, thank you. Michael?
I too am for technology, and I think the rest of the folks up here pretty much summed this topic up, but I do think there needs to be a medium in how the teachers use technology. I would like to see the research behind the technology that we do use. I'm not against iPads. I'm an iPad owner myself, my wife as well. They are a great tool, but I think that, you know, we have to be really careful. Some of the teachers I've talked to, they feel like the iPads maybe have replaced them in a way. They've been dictated to some degree on what they do with them, how they do it, and how many hours in a classroom a day they spend on them. Now, I have an 8-year-old and a 4-year-old, and their attention span is very limited. So, in my opinion, there's only a few minutes in a classroom that teachers really get the attention of a student that young, or even in high school ages. I think that teachers need to capitalize on the time they have and the attention spans on the kids, and teach to them versus putting them on an iPad to make sure that their reading levels are met, or make sure their tests are turned in on time. I think we're getting caught up into numbers more so than we are learning, and so I feel like, you know, I was from the, as Ms. Worthington said, from the old school, and I was taught on a chalkboard. You can't learn higher mathematics on an iPad. It has to come from instruction, and I think we have to limit our technology and put more towards instruction.
Thank you. Terry, number 4, we'll begin with you. What ideas do you have, if elected, to help Polk County grow and make the young people that are leaving to go to college, to make them come back to their hometown and help it prosper?
In order for students to leave, go to college and come back, they're going to have to be something here for them to do. That is one of the reasons I'm so much in favor of the technology. Case in point, Jefferson Southern, they cannot hire robotic technicians to keep their robotics going. There will be a robotics class in the vocational wing of Rockmart High School. Preparing our kids for the future, again, like I said, electronics, technology, there'll have to be industry here for that. And there's already some here, but they're needing additional employees that they do not have. So if they train for the right vocation, right training, they'll come back to Polk County and stay, and hopefully the industry will be here for them.
Terry, thank you. Al?
Yeah, as I mentioned, I teach at the Technical College in Rockmart and have a couple of courses over in the Floyd campus. And technology and vocational education is very important. I think when I look at what's happening in our school district, one of the things that disturbs me is there's a lot of emphasis on graduation rate of our students. And I want to make sure that the graduation rate really reflects the educations that our graduates have, that they can go out and be successful and in our society. In order to do that, we've got to have those teachers that I talked about before that really has an impact in their lives. It makes a difference in their lives. It inspires them and challenges them to do better. I'm appalled sometimes when I look at some of the students that I have that are not proficient in even reading and writing as they have graduated from high schools, not only here in our county, but other counties. We've got to do a better job of the basics, in my opinion.
Al, thank you. Christy?
I think, first of all, the Polk School Board needs to work with the Polk County Development Board and do their homework and research and what industry needs and what Polk County can attract, what industry Polk County can attract. When I got out of college, I worked for the Polk County Chamber of Commerce for about 5 years. And I know that when industry comes in, they look for specific things. And while Jefferson Southern needs robotics, I think that's probably about 25 or 30 jobs. I work for Megat in Rockmart. There's about 800 people there. They don't use robotics and they don't use electronics. When you get a job there, it's hands-on. The main thing that you need to do is come to work every day. That's the biggest thing. And have integrity in your job and pride in your job. So we need to start at the basics with our students. When we're giving retest after retest to give grades away, and we've taken away the integrity of the diploma, we're churning out kids that don't have any respect or any pride in that diploma. My daughter graduated last year. She's in her first year of college. And she said to me, and she was in a dual enrollment math class, she said, I do not know how so-and-so graduated. He never came to school, but he walked that field and he got a diploma just like she did. We have to enforce the attendance policies, and we have to stop the retest over and over and over for our students.
Christy, thank you. Michael?
Jordan, I hate to ask this, but you have to repeat that question.
For you, Michael, I will.
Thank you.
It is a long one. I'll give you that. All right. What ideas do you have to help Polk County grow and make the young people that are leaving to go to college, to make them come back to their hometown and help it prosper?
I think we have to look at the age we're in and where our industry's going. I think, as Christy did mention, economic development. I think when we pull jobs to this county, then I think most of our graduates would love to come home. Yes, there's going to be a few that want to leave and flee from Polk County, but I'm one that came back home. Most of my career was out of Polk County. That's why I'm sitting here today. I feel like I had an opportunity to come back home in my profession. I took it, and that's why I'm here. I want to make sure that these future kids, something in their profession or something in their interest is in Polk County. It's not just we don't want to just turn out retail jobs or nothing wrong with retail jobs, but we need jobs that's going to raise and benefit families and benefit the economy of Polk County. So I think if we offer things that interest the ageist kids that are graduating these days, I think that they would want nothing more than to come home.
Michael, thank you. Scotty?
I too agree that the school system has to work very closely with the economic development, because one, you have to raise or improve the face of the school system and what's going on there. Anyone that works in economic development can tell you, when you bring folks into a community looking for new jobs, they look at the school system and what kind of young people they are producing, what kind of jobs, what kind of skills they have, what is the level that they're able to perform. And so we have to work harder to improve the level of knowledge that our kids do have when they graduate. I think that's one of the greatest things. We've had some college and career courses in this dual enrollment, but with the building of the College and Career Academy on the campus of Cedartown High School and the improvements that we're going to be making in Rockmart High School, I know Katie Thomas, who is the Chief Operating Officer of the College and Career Academy, has worked very closely. She works closely with the economic development. She works closely with the industry that's already here in Polk County to find out, what is needed, what do they want our kids to produce. And there have to be, for kids to come back, there have to be good jobs here. There have to be higher paying jobs. And I agree, we've got to teach kids to have a good work ethic. It's a huge concern to be able to get up and go to school and complete your homework. That's so important. But we have to provide something here that they want to come back to. So we have to attract the industry that entices kids to come back and get a good job.
Scotty, thank you. Terry? I started with you, didn't I?
Yes.
I'm surprised you didn't go after me again, though. I'm impressed. All right, number 5, Mr. Howell. If elected, what would be your first and priority focus at the beginning as a board member?
We talked about it first. It's about the turnover that we're experiencing with our highly qualified, experienced, longtime resident teachers of this county. There's a problem that we have, and we have to address it. I think if we go back to what I said about servant leadership, if the leaders of our board, if our superintendent, if our school administrators would put the interest of our teachers before themselves, we'd go a long way in retaining our teachers. I said it, and I believe it with all my heart. If we treat them with respect, if we listen to them, if we at least give them our attention, we don't have to agree with them, but to make them a part of the system that they're so vital in, they will stay. I want our teachers to retire from this school district, not resign.
Al, thank you.
I do think we answered that pretty much with the first question, and that is the teacher retention rate, keeping our teachers here, good teachers. We talk about keeping jobs in Polk County, but we've got teachers leaving Polk County, professional jobs that they're leaving. So I think that's would be my first concern, is that we take a look at that and why they're leaving and address those issues.
Chrissy, thank you. Michael?
My first thing that I would want to do, it's my understanding now that employees and teachers don't have access to the current board. As a board member, I want to go to every school. I want to go to talk to every principal, every faculty member, let them know, hey, I'm here for you. I'm your voice. There's an issue, yes, there's a chain of command, and I understand, and and I want to respect that. But I also want to know, I also want the parents, teachers, citizens, employees to know that, hey, I can call Michael Gravitt. He may not be able to give me the right answer that I'm looking for right then, but he's going to check into it. He's going to give me something viable that I can take back and know that he's concerned about the school district. So the first thing I would do I would want to get to know everybody in the district.
Thank you. Scotty?
Having been on the board for 4 years, I would have to agree with Michael that communication is so important. And I think that we, as a school board, have tried very hard to make everybody know that we are open for communication, because if people aren't happy, like I said, I've been a classroom teacher, and if teachers aren't happy, I understand, and I am a teacher supporter first and foremost, and I agree. I want to figure out how to unlock that magic box that'll keep people in the field of education. I don't think it's necessarily Polk County. I think if you look at it everywhere, there's a lot of teacher loss everywhere. But we've got to bring good teachers into our system and keep good teachers in our system. And I think that's the job that any school system needs to do wherever they are in the state of Georgia.
Scotty, thank you.
Okay, yes, we've had teachers leave Polk County, but we've had some good qualified teachers return to Polk County also, saying that Polk County is a better place to work than where they had gone to. We have tried for years to teach or to educate the teachers that if you have any questions or concern, you bring it to us. There will be no retaliation whatsoever. And it's a hard thing to do, to get someone to speak to you when they have a fear of retaliation. But yes, communicate with us. I'm in the phone book. I'm on the website. All you have to do is pick the phone up and call. And if I don't get a call, I don't know there's a problem, then I can't address it. But yeah, teachers are leaving, but teachers are returning. Teachers are our most valuable asset. I support teachers 100%. I have two in my family and love them dearly.
Terry, thank you. All right, real quick, I got real excited at the beginning. I wanted to get started. And did anybody notice we forgot opening remarks?
You missed it.
You missed it.
But because I'm a nice guy, rather than a 1 minute closing, we're going to do a 3 minute close/open. Now, do you have to take all 3 minutes? Absolutely not. But if you want it, it is all yours. For the radio audience too, I'm going to make sure before the closing remarks come that I tell exactly who you are on the radio. That way they know who's talking. So, Ms. Christy Gover, you're first.
As Jordan said, I'm Christy Gover.